All right. I'm so excited. You know why I'm excited? Excited because I get to talk to my homegirl. I get to talk to my homegirl, Sharie Wilson. This is a personal friend of
Hello.
mine. This is a personal friend of mine. We hang out, we kick it. She's done my hair. Sharie is a multi-million dollar mogul, y'all. She is sitting at home at her beautiful house. She is the owner of Dream Girls. Her and her sister own Dream Girls Salon. She is that you have a location here in Sacramento and also in LA. She's a real estate investor. She also is a co-owner of the first African American owned beauty college in California. She has a product line, by the way. Oh, by the way, when did you release the product line?
A
Your hair
month ago. Well, a
a
month
month
and a half
ago,
ago.
month and
Yeah.
month and a half ago, and it's doing how well is it doing?
It's amazing. I mean, I
Yeah,
think it's taking me and my sister by shock how well it's doing, but
yeah.
it's doing very well.
Well, I gotta say, I'm super proud of you. I'm super proud of everything you're doing. She's a motivational speaker. She has her own podcast. She's out here doing the damn thing. And the reason why I wanted her to be a part of the We Summit, now, y'all, the We Summit, don't forget, it's still happening. We just got to figure out when it's going to happen, but it is happening. But she is she's going to be on a panel at the We Summit because she's a very successful entrepreneur. And the reason why I had her come on here is because she's somebody just like you. She's somebody just like me. And I want you to see how things are attainable. Just somebody that's regular, just like us, everyday people. Just have regular basic childhoods, and just the things that we've gone through. We've gone through struggle, we've gone through pain, but we've also been able to be resilient. And that's one thing I can say about you, Sharie, is you are resilient. I was at her house. Okay, now this girl does the best parties. Like, so the Carters, we do some pretty cool parties, but the Wilsons, like, don't nobody party like a Wilson house party, because a Wilson house party don't stop. Now,
Hey,
this young lady had a birthday. How old did you turn? 35?
40.
40. She turned 40. But instead of receiving gifts, she presented everybody at her party with gifts. That's how giving she is. That's why I love her. She's an activist. She's out there in the community fighting for rights. I see you move, and I'm super proud of you, and I'm super proud to call you my friend. So, without further ado, you guys, meet my friend Sharie. I want everybody to know who she is. Say her name, y'all. Say her name, Sharie Wilson. Yes, thank you for coming on with me today, lady.
Hello. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having me. Thank you for
Yes.
having me, Constance. And hey, I'm gonna throw it back on you. You are a true motivation for a lot of us black girls out here. And just to see how you're moving, I've been watching you for how many
I,
years?
I don't know.
Eight,
At least about,
nine, eight?
yeah, yeah.
Man. And I've been watching and
Wow. We've been watching each other.
man, and so true to who you are. You're not trying to be nobody else but Constant Carter. So that's what I
Thank
love.
you. And then that's what I love about you too. So let's talk about who you are, what you're doing. So I've introduced you. You have this great line. You are. Let me tell you something. Sharie has sent me, and I'm not going to tell you what it was, but Sharie has sent me her 1099 a couple of years ago. And said, Constance, I really need to invest in some more real estate. And I seen that 1099. I said, I really need to own a hair salon. What the hell? Hair salon owners is making money like this. It was crazy.
Man,
So, I mean, you're blessed
you know
because
what?
yeah, it's not often that you have somebody, because you not only own a hair salon, but you own a business. You know how to run your business, and that speaks volumes of who you are.
Yeah, and you know what, Constance? I will go back. A lot of that, that I sent you, which is me being a hairstylist. That's me
Yeah,
being behind the chair, and
right. I know. That wasn't even
I'm always,
cash.
yeah, that was just the credit card, Square.
Yeah.
But I'm always trying to tell people, especially young people, because when I was growing up, my mom, well, not so much my mom, but people talk down on being a hairstylist. That's not a real
Mm.
career. That's not a real business. That's a hustle. And when I got into this, I said, if I'm going to do hair, I'm going to make this into a true business. And that's what I want other hairstylists to look at this. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry. We just need to know what to do with the money once we get it.
That's right. But what did you do differently? Like, how come you were able to make, all those zeros, and other hairdressers aren't able to make money like that? Because I'm looking at their 1099. I mean, everybody doesn't claim all their income, but it's nowhere near what you've been able to do. How are you able to do that?
You know what? My sister and my mom taught me business at a very young age. And I want to say a lot of hairstylists that I know, Constance, they are making good money as well. But a lot of them on paper, they don't want to show it on paper. You know, they
Yeah,
don't want to accept credit cards. They don't want to show things on paper. They want that fast money. And when you do
right.
that fast money, you can't obtain anything. You can't
Yeah.
have anything. You can't buy a house. You could probably buy a car, but you can't go buy investment property. You can't really do anything. And so with my students at Mixed Institute of Cosmetology, we drill in. This is a business. You need to pay your taxes. You need to invest your money. You need to get disability insurance. You need this is just like you working in corporate. Why would you treat a job that you go, I mean, a career that you walk into every single day and have to answer to somebody something higher than what you treat yourself with your own business? Like, I'm going to give that same respect that I would give to somebody else to myself, to my company, to my business.
Oh, yeah, you're right about that. I love that. So let's take it back to like how did you said your mom and your sister taught you business. Tell us about your childhood. Like how did you grow up? I know you're from LA. Tell us a story about how you grew up.
You know what?
Two parent household.
Yeah, me and my sister fight about this a lot because my childhood was different from her childhood, you know, and we
Wow.
all lived in the same house. I was raised with my mom and my dad. We lived off of Crenshaw and Slauson. Oh, well, I'm sorry, between Overhill and Crenshaw on Slauson, closer to Overhill. And it's the same place where Nipsey and Hussle grew up. You know, my brother knew them and ran with them and all that good stuff. But that's where I grew up. And so my sister chose to keep going up the hill, right? And I chose to go down the hill a little bit. And so our lives was different. Not saying that our parenting was different, but the choices that I chose growing up, I chose to go down. I chose to go towards Crenshaw. I chose to try to, you know, live that life. And, you know, my life is different. And in my shoes, where I stand at today is different than where a lot of people who grew up in my hood, their life is not the same. You know, they went I mean, some of them was killed. Some of them end up going to jail. My brother, he was in prison for 30 years. He just came home it's been a year. He's been home for a year. He came home just before my dad passed away. So again, we all have the same opportunities, right? But it's what the path we choose to take. And I remember when I turned 16, my sister, she thought I was going to be a tomboy, right? Because I ran the streets. I was doing everything I wasn't supposed to be doing. I mean, I used to fight. I got kicked out of like all type of schools, multiple schools. And when I turned 16, she gave me a complete makeover. And she said, you will not be, not on my watch. And the first time I ever looked in the mirror, and I was like, oh, wow, she is pretty, right?
Yeah. Wow.
And I just never turned back. I just tried my best to just stay on that path. But at one point, I posted a picture of me now and me, I think it was like 10th grade. I was straight, gangster.
Tomboy.
Like, what's
Yeah.
up?
Yeah.
And I had to make a decision. What do I want my life to be? And then another thing is people used to always brag on my sister. She's the smart one. She's going to be the one to make the money. She's this and she's that. And once I made that decision that this is what I wanted to be, because everybody saw how I used to be, I always had a mouth, I always was in trouble. I made a decision that I'm going to prove all of them wrong. Every person who doubted me, everybody who already spoke my future, everybody who said that I wasn't going to be anything, all those people, I was going to prove them wrong. And that's what gave me the gas to keep pushing, keep moving, because I wanted to I wanted to prove people wrong.
Yeah, that's dope. I want to just shout out the folks that are tuning in with us. Hey, Brandy, Felicia, who, if you're out there, I can't see who you are. I only can see you if you comment. So Felicia, Nicole Singleton, Tashante, Tisa, Um, Tisha said, I'm sorry, but that chandelier is everything. Girl, you have
Oh,
not been to her house. Her house is everything. If you seen the before and after, I seen the before and I seen the after. And Shari has great taste. She also has a lot of money. It just shows she has a lot of money too. Anyway,
hey, I don't
anyway,
listen. I
you're
do
blessed.
everything on a budget, so that's my
You
next
are,
show.
girl,
Yeah,
you're blessed. You're blessed. So how
thank
did you
you.
make your way on down to Northern California? Hey, Felicia. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Monica. How'd you make your way down to Northern California? Hey, Roderick.
You know what?
What's up, James?
I was
Hey, you
married
guys,
prior.
share, because people need to hear this story, especially, people who've had similar backgrounds. Let them know that no matter what, where they've been through, what they've gone through, what, their childhood, whether they came from a single parent household, because you can see, you just said something that was so poignant. Me and my sister grew up in the same house, but we had
Mm-hmm.
totally different experiences. My
Mm-hmm.
sister went this way. My sister chose to do things this way, and I chose to do things that way. You guys are both equally successful today, thank God, but it could have definitely went another way had you not made a decision that you're going to do things differently. And luckily, you have people in your life to plant those seeds. Everybody doesn't have that, but everybody needs to hear this story because I think it's powerful. It's powerful where you are today and where you could have been had you not made the decision to go to where you are. Hey,
Yeah.
Olivia, you guys share. What's up, Nicole? Um, um, hey, Glenda. So Shari, how did you end up out here in Northern California?
You know, I was married prior, and well, my first husband, and he was from Stockton. Where you from? Where you at?
I ain't from
And I said,
Stockton now.
well, you live there. That's where you're at right now. I know you from
Hey,
San
listen,
Jose.
Mary Rogers says she's working on making an appointment with you as we speak.
Oh, okay, come on. But he was from Stockton. I said I would not live in Stockton. I won't. Then actually we lived in Lodi, and that's how we end up buying our first house.
So
We
you
bought
met him in LA or you met him in Stockton? Where'd you meet him?
my cousin origin. She lived in Stockton. Well, she was from Stockton, and that's how I met them. He was best friends with her husband, and so
Okay.
I moved out here and ended up getting pregnant first, and then I had the baby in LA. Ended up coming up here with Isaiah, and then I end up stationary. Just end up saying I'm going to stay. You know, I
Now
remember
listen,
my
look,
mom. Huh?
I want y'all to see how beautiful my friend is. You got 8 kids. I know 5 are biologically yours, right? Yeah,
Four.
5, 4 are
Yeah.
biologically yours, but you have
Yeah.
8. You have 8 kids, 4 by, and look at how beautiful you are. I mean, not saying that people, I mean, I got 4 kids. Not saying that people with a bunch of kids can't be beautiful, but I mean, you are doing it, girl. 8 kids.
Thank you.
Crazy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
But
you.
anyway, so you came down here, had Isaiah, and you ended up moving to Lodi, and then
And
what?
then we
Did you
ended up
work
buying
as
a
a
house, and yeah, we ended up buying a house in Elk Grove. And I was in that relationship for 10 years. It wasn't the healthiest. Um, but I stayed in that relationship because of some of the things people used to say to me when I was younger. You know, I was going to be. It was funny because first people didn't think I was going to be a girly girl. They thought I was going to be a tomboy, right? And then when I started being a girly girl, then I end up being. You know, they end up saying that I was going to be barefoot and pregnant. you know, that
They
I
just
was
keep
fast, I
underestimating
was
you.
this. So,
Hmm.
you know, those things stayed in my mind. And so I stayed in an unhealthy relationship to prove people wrong, you know. So we was married for 9 years, and then we divorced. And that's how I end up in Sacramento. And I
But
started
what
doing
were the
hair.
lessons? What were the lessons that you learned by staying in an unhealthy relationship based upon what other people said or thought about you? What did you learn from that?
You know what, Constance? What I learned is that you have to start doing things for you, you
Mm.
know. But at that point, you know, I don't regret anything. I really don't. I believe that relationship taught me a lot about myself and the things that I needed to change about myself, right? Because I wouldn't say he was a terrible person. We just wasn't good together. We just was not good together. He had hurt, I had hurt, and you know, we all in our relationships sometimes you come in with hurt, right? But it's to a point where you have to make a decision that I won't get hit, I won't be abused, and when it starts to be where you feel like your life is in jeopardy, you have to walk away, you know.
Wow.
But I
Yeah.
still think that relationship taught me a lot of stuff just about who I am and the things that um, how I could become better. I would say how I could become better. I don't regret it. I have 4 beautiful boys from him, and we actually co-parent very well. So,
what was the biggest thing that you learned being in that relationship?
you know what I realized is that the reason why I stayed. The reason why I stayed was because I was trying to prove other people wrong. I wanted to prove the people who said that I was going to be barefoot and pregnant, that because I made a mental decision that all my kids was going to be by one man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't want to fit that stereotype. I didn't want to have a whole bunch of kids by a whole bunch of people. So I learned that it's not about what people think about you. You got to make decisions based off of you, and
That's
you got
right.
to everything you do, you got to make it because this is what is best for you. But I would say the negative things people said to me, the things that people said I wasn't going to be, that's what gassed me. That's what gassed me. That's what gave me that push to be everything I am today. Now I had to make a decision to don't allow my wounds to keep on gassing me, because now I know I'm smart now.
Mm-hmm.
I have to make better decisions, because now your wounds can also be the things that hurt you, continue to hurt you. So I had to let a lot of that stuff go. I had to forgive a lot of people who I felt like was never there for me. It's funny because I was talking to my auntie, and she, this was actually this year, and she was just like, you know, they call me Makia, and she was like, Makia, I am so sorry. Like she actually apologized, and I wasn't even asking for her to apologize to me. I was just sharing my journey, and she said that I was one of those people. They used to say that to you, and she actually apologized to me. So sometimes your wounds can gash you, but then you have to make a decision not to let it affect your future, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
A lot of sense.
Yeah.
That makes a whole lot of sense. What did you learn from that marriage?
You carry things with that. It's kind of like Self-Made. Have you guys watched Self-Made?
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, it's an excellent movie. It's an excellent movie, and it showed how C.J. Walker, the things that happened to her. It's the thing that gassed her, right? Yeah, it gassed her. It made her be everything that she was, but at the same time, she wasn't able to really live her life, because those same things that gassed her was a wound that was inside of her. And right when she hit her peak, when she should have been enjoying her life, she ended up dying, because all that hatred and all that unforgiveness and resentment, it was built up inside of her, and it killed her. So you got to be able to allow things to gas you, but at the same time, take it and let it go, release it, so it doesn't affect where you're going or where you're at currently.
Yeah, that can physically negatively, and that's why a lot of people die of cancer, is because all of that negativity is just built up inside of them.
Yes, heart issues, cancer, all that. So, yeah.
What did you learn, like from that marriage, taken into the marriage, your current marriage? Like, what are some things that you do differently as a result of your first marriage?
What I learned was, when I got married the second time, I wasn't ready. That's what I learned. That I should have took time to really take care of all.
Wait. You weren't ready for the second one, or you weren't married for the first one?
I wasn't ready for neither one of them. And I'm going, and that's one thing about me. I'm so transparent, and I'm just, the only way I know what to be is real, right? So I wasn't ready for neither one of them.
Right. So that's the only thing that you learned? What were the other lessons? There were no other lessons in there?
For what I learned,
or where you are now in your current marriage, because I know, I mean, obviously, yeah, you weren't married, you weren't ready at the time, but there's some things, some values that you could take in from the first marriage that you do better now as a result of what you went through the first time.
Yeah. So now, but honestly, I'm Constance, when I left my first marriage, I took a whole bunch of baggage and I dumped it in my second marriage. Yeah. You understand? Only thing I knew is that, oh my God, I found somebody who loves me, who treats me good, who want to be on my team and want to be a team player, and, you know, all this stuff. This is what I learned, right? Like, everything I did not have in my first marriage. I said I have it now in my current marriage, right? But even though I had all this stuff that was new, I was still taking all the stuff from my old marriage and bringing it into my new marriage. I didn't have time to really process and heal some of the wounds, because being married for 9 years and you're fighting and it's abusive and you guys not talking to each other correctly and doing all this stuff, you're taking that same stuff into your new marriage. So you end up having some of the similar issues that you had from your first marriage into your new marriage. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
No, go ahead.
and honestly, I feel like, and somewhat, I kind of I made a really, really sweet man, which is my husband now, and I made him into something that he probably would not have been if I was healed and complete, and my wounds would have been taken care of prior to coming into this marriage. Because I actually made him into a different person, because how I was talking, the things I would say, you know. One thing about me is I know how to get things done. I know how to build a business. I know how to go out and get what I need. And so with that being said, Constance, I know you're similar. It's not that we're trying to be controlling, but we just know how to get it done, right? And so now I know that my delivery has to be different. I know that instead of me saying I'm learning to say we, because at the end of the day, anybody who's in anything and you keep saying mine and I don't need you and you here because I want you to be here and all that kind of stuff, it can drive somebody off. It can make them feel like, well, why am I here? So it's a lot of things I had to learn, and I'm still learning.
Yeah. But you're a better person because of it. I think that the biggest thing is you recognize that. You recognize where you fell short. You recognize your mistakes. You recognize that you don't know how to talk to your husband, or you didn't know how to talk to your husband, and you're correcting that. So that's everything. But I want to go to the questions, because they said, how long did it take for you to really heal and forgive?
Man, you know what? Honestly, I want to say I've been on this journey of really forgiving everybody, like the last 3 years. And I let me tell you, I've been in counseling like for this. I'm a true believer in counseling, and about 3 or 5 years. It's a journey. It's a process to understand it, because sometimes you don't even understand where this anger is coming from, until you actually sit with somebody and they start asking you questions about your childhood and what happened here and what happened there. And then you realize, wow, I'm working from a wound that happened when I was 9 years old. So then you have to kind of go back and understand what happened and then forgive, So it's definitely a process. I recommend counseling, y'all. A good counselor.
Yes. So for those Black people that say, Black people that say that Black people don't get counseling because we got Jesus, what do you say about that? You say get counseling.
Hey, you can get both. Get you a Christian counselor, Jesus and a counselor, all in one. Come on. I'm a strong believer in counseling. So yeah, but I wanted to make sure I treat people around me good, because even in my salons, I would come in and this wasn't right, that wasn't right, this wasn't right, that wasn't right. Get it, and if you don't like it, get out. That was my that was my get up. I'm about business. If you guys, why is that there? Y'all know better. Do this. And now I feel like I know how to communicate better. I know how to communicate better in love. It's not that I'm going to let people walk over me, but I'm talking to people more Christ-like. Okay, let's look at this again. Now, how can this be a little different?
Right. No, that's dope. No, it's dope that you actually recognize it and you realize it, because again, a lot of people will go through their lives and that's why they end up being bitter and being alone, because they don't think that they've done anything wrong. They just continue living in this box, and who wants to be in a situation where everybody's afraid of them? Nobody, everybody, they're living in fear. Oh yeah, everybody fears me, but nobody loves them or respects them. They just fear them. And so when you can lead from a place of love, because I believe in being a servant leader. I believe in, pouring into the people that are around me. I believe in them becoming better. I believe in them having what they need to have so that they can become better. So when you have that, you're I think you just are able to go much further as a business owner. I think you're just able to go much further as a person. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And let me say this. It's not that because people, even when people leave my salon, they always come back and they always say, Sharie, you're such a loving person. You'll give anything, you'll give the clothes off your back. And I will. And I did this even then when I didn't know how to talk to people. But it's hard for people to receive it when your delivery is wrong. You
Yeah.
understand? Like I always, and
Come
I
on,
think
somebody.
that's the reason why I'm blessed is because I'm such a giver. I want people to be just as successful. I don't want people in my salon just getting the crumbs. Nah, baby, you about to eat. You about to get this steak too.
We
You
all
about
eat.
to eat too. You
Yeah.
know. And so I think my heart has always been there, but I had to learn how to really learn how to communicate. You know, and I'm
Yeah.
still learning. I'm still learning.
Jay-Z says we measure success by how many people around us are successful too.
That's
We
that's
say that
that's
you
it.
broke if everybody broke is around you. Right? So if you can help somebody else be successful, then that's a true measure of your success. And I love that's the principle that you also live by. Let me go to the comments real quick because folks are chiming in. Taisha said, keeping it real, love it. Lady Diane, she said, that's why I love you, Sharie. Nicole Pearson said, I love it. She is keeping it so flowers. Tashante said, Sharie is so humble and transparent, which is why I love her. Denise said, thank you for keeping it real and transparent. Everybody's loving you. They say counseling's work. Dana said, so proud of you, Sharie Wilson. You a living lesson. So let's get into the business part. So because I want people to know your background because I think that when they know who you are and and you and I both live in transparency a lot. When they know who you are and they know what you've gone through, then they can understand that whatever success that you've had is attainable. And that's the whole thing about this is understanding that success is absolutely attainable. All you got to do is go out and get it. So I know you worked for salons before. What was your experience in working for other people and what made you want to go out there and do it yourself?
When I started off with Tracy and Rob, another look, shout out to Tracy and Rob. And that's a story behind that too. Because when I used to work for at Another Look, I was one of the youngest ones at that salon. And I started off as her assistant. And when I started off as her assistant, first of all, I didn't even have a license. I was like, okay, I want to do hair. Can I be your apprentice? And she was just like, you don't got no license? And I'm like, no. I said, but I can get it. And so she was like, okay. She took a chance on me. And I would come in at 8:00 in the morning, do her clients all the way from 8 to 5. And then from 5 to 1:00 in the morning, I used to be on the grind answering the phone. I used to take any client that wanted to come in and sit in my chair. And I did that for a few years. I finally got my license. And by me working underneath Tracy and Rob, they taught me a lot. They taught me a lot. They taught me a lot about the hair game. I walked into Tracy's salon only knowing how to do flat irons. I used to call myself the flat iron
Oh
queen.
yeah, you were the flat iron queen.
The pressing queen. And so Tracy taught me relaxers. She taught me shortcuts. She taught me so much. And also I just watched how her and Rob moved. I love the way they moved. I love how she was there for her stylist. She taught us everything. But then when Tracy decided to move, my thing was I need to go into a different type of salon. I need to go into a Caucasian salon. I want to see how they do things. I want to see what was different. How do they move? And so I worked inside a Caucasian salon for a little bit. We opened up my salon in LA because we was only selling hair. We wasn't doing too much in LA, just selling hair. And basically me moving from Tracy's salon, going to the Caucasian salon, I knew how I wanted to run my business. I knew I wanted a receptionist. I knew I wanted to make sure we had towel service. I wanted to make sure I advertised. I was one of the first ones who had a billboard in Sacramento. So I had 2 or 3 billboards. One time I had 4 billboards. I always thought on a different level, and that's how this whole thing started. But understand this: when I first started doing hair, I had 2 kids. It was right when everything was going down, like everybody was losing their homes and all that. And mind you, I bought a house out here, and I decided to walk away from corporate. Okay, I was working at Centos, and I decided to walk away from corporate, and man, that was the best decision I ever made, but it was the most scariest. I almost lost my house. I remember what is it called when the repo man came, took my car from the shop, and I remember the people was like, "Sharie, it's a truck out there looking at your car." I'm like, "Oh, that's okay. They're taking it to fix the brakes, so they're fixing something on it." I knew that was the repo man, and so I remember going to Salvation Army, standing in line to have them pay my PG&E and SMUD. I remember I remember sitting out where NACAs came and they took over Cal Expo. I slept there. Slept there. I was there for like 36 hours to try to get my house refinanced. So I went through some stuff. You guys, to follow my dream. It wasn't easy, but it was so worth it. I don't regret anything. It was times where I had to go Elk Grove Boulevard. It was the county building down there. I went and I applied for aid because I didn't have money sometimes to even feed my kids. I didn't have medical, so you're looking at somebody who used to get assistance from the government. And that's why I'm such a giver now, because I understand where I used to be and where I'm at now. And as long as God is blessing me, he's not blessing me just for me. He's blessing me to bless other people.
Yes, that's the reason why I love you. But people understand, they see your glory, but they don't know your story. They don't know you had to stand in them lines. They don't know that you had to sleep 36 hours at Cal Expo to try to get your home modified. They don't know all the things that all they see right now is, oh, Sharie's doing it. Sharie's living her best life. Sharie's on, Instagram. She got 20, 30, 40,000 followers. She got this hair care line. All they see is all the great things that you're doing. Go to Dream Girls, everything looks so fabulous. And of course, we're not going to tell people when we're going through, right? Because we're going to try to make it look, when we struggle a little bit, we don't want to let everybody know we're struggling. To understand who your friends, people are going through right now. But on the other side, there is still a possibility of victory.
Man, and it's a constant struggle, but you have to make a decision. What do you want? And when I was in that Salvation Army, when I went down to the Salvation Armies for them to pay my PG&E or pay my SMUD, I knew in the back of my head, but God, you you gave me this vision. I'm going to be one of the top hairstylists out here. So I'm just going to keep on. I had to talk myself off the ledge so many times. It was so many times I wanted to pack up. My mama and my sister like, baby, you sure? You could come home. And I'm like, nope. I made the decision. I moved out here. I'm gonna make the best out of it. I'm gonna make it. And I kept saying that. And I had such a supportive mom and dad and my sister and my family where they always had my back. But it was to the point where I'm sick of asking them. They already refinanced my house one time, and now I'm back in the situation again.
Yeah.
So I had to do the things I had to do to get myself out of a lot of things that I put myself in, for making a decision to walk away from corporate. And a lot of people is not willing to make a sacrifice, And I look around my home now, I live on 2.5 acres, and I thank God all the time. Sometimes I just walk this premises and say, God, everything you said, I have now. But if the journey was not easy, I had to lose a lot of stuff. But what he has blessed me with is like it's multiplied. It's like
far beyond anything that you lost.
Yeah, it can't even compare. And so when people ask me, like, I'm so transparent. I don't mind telling people what I went through. I don't mind telling people about even my marriage. Hey, this is what it is. This is the reality. But I'm fighting through it. I'm fighting through it, and if I can do it, so can you. You can do it too. This property that I live in, Constance, I asked you to help me get this. And I asked so many people, and so many people was just like, oh, no. I mean, let me tell you.
You made it happen.
They was like, no. And I said, but God, I will walk around here after I got denied 10 times. Most people would have tucked their tail and went on walking and said, it's not the time. But I declared it. I said, God, but you said, and man, I finally got an approval. You know, I got an approval on this piece of property. And then not even after I got the approval that I got the loan, then they told me, well, you know what? We went from 10% you got to put
And now we
down
need more money.
to 15% to 20%. I'm like, Lord, where am I get this money from?
That's a lot of money. So you're talking between, you're talking, say, for example, if it was 40,000, now it's $80,000. It ain't nothing small to sneeze at.
Let me tell you, I had $80,000 saved up, okay? And so it went from 80,000 to 100,000 to $129,000. So I'm like, oh, flat iron. Okay, I can do it. It's a flat iron. Me and my husband, we were just out here just trying to save up all the money. My husband wasn't doing anything. He'd just give me his checks. I was like, don't ask for no money. Ain't no money coming out. We're just saving, right? So we would just keep saving and saving and saving. And finally, I was like, I don't know what to do. And I said, God, but you said you would not have taken me this far for me to walk away and not get this house.
Yeah.
Girl, one day I was on the phone with my mom. And I was like, hey, Mom, I said, dang, they said I need another, some more money. And I don't even know. I can't do no more flat irons. I can't do no more weaves.
So my mom, so many hours in a day.
Man, my mom said just like that. She was like, my kid. And I'm like, what? She was like, your daddy got it. And I was like, my daddy got it. She was like, yeah, ask your daddy. And I was like, okay. Like, I never even thought to ask my dad because my dad is so secretive. He was hide money. If he give me $20, he'd be like, where my $20 at, And so one day I called him. I was like, Dad, this ranch, it remind me of Texas. I'm gonna put you, Mama, I'm gonna build you guys a house in the back, and I can't wait for you to come see it. But they're telling me that I need another like $60,000. And my dad was like, all right, baby, it's yours. And I was like, I never, God put things in place. I never knew to even ask my dad. I didn't even know he had that much money put aside, And he was like, here, put my name on his account and was like, take care of it. And I was like, I promise you, I pay you back. And I paid him back. I paid every week. I was just shooting him money. But I was able to get this house. And I didn't, even to the day I was like, God, it was nothing but God. It was nothing but the grace of God that made this happen. So you gotta believe everything will work out. Yeah. Everything will work out.
See, one of the things that I believe strongly is the power of the tongue and the power of the spoken word. And, you just kept saying that this is what's going to happen. You declared and you decreed it. You said, but God, that you said, you were confirming that what God had already told you, but you kept speaking it. And when you speak life over your life, things begin to happen in your life. But when you speak death, when you speak negatively, when you speak broke, when you speak lack, when you speak scarcity, guess what happens? You're all of those things. Everything that you say about yourself is what you actually are, what you'll become. So I love how even though you were going through, even though you didn't have, you still had faith and you spoke it. You still have faith, but you spoke it. And the power of the tongue is everything, you guys. That's what I really want you to know.
The tongue can make you or it can break you.
Mm-hmm.
It can make you or it can break you. And you have to make a decision. You have to make a conscious decision that everything that come out your mouth, you're going to speak life to it. You're going to speak life into your marriage. You're going to speak life into your finances. You're going to speak life into every situation, because whatever you say, it's going to come to pass. It's going to come to pass. And that's just it. I had a vision. I had a vision even before this property was here. It was all dirt. I mean, the pool had fish in it, fishes in it. It was dirty. It was just, but I saw it. I saw it. And mind you, I didn't have no money to fix it up because I just put all the money for a down payment because they told me I needed to put down 20%. But as I worked, I poured it in here. And sometimes I still look like, well, God, where did this money come from? Like,
it's a totally different house.
Where did it come from? So man, one thing I love sharing with other people is that you can have anything you want out of life. You can have anything. Your life can be heaven on earth. It truly can. But you got to make that decision. And I'm also a tither. So I believe in you tithing. I tithe 10% and I also give an offering because I know that it's nothing on this earth that I can create. And the income that I have coming in is not because of me. I know it's nothing but God. And
Right.
I'm so serious. Sometimes I look and I say, I work that much. Like, what did this, like, I honestly feel like God just be saying, boom, money in my account. Because I'll be like, how did I get this? But I'm a tither. And in the
Yeah.
word, it says, if you tithe, you know, he will give it to you. He will
Mm.
multiply it. So I am a tither, and hey, this is living proof right here.
So, with you being so blessed, there's a lot of people that, you know, you may have haters out there. Like, how do you deal with people who hate on you because of your success or because of the things that you have?
They don't know me. And so a lot of people, they hate. A lot of people talk. I'm at this point now where I don't even listen. You know, I don't listen. And so if it's negative, let them talk. I trust I have, you know, my Instagram is growing crazy, and I feel like I got more positive people on there than negative people. And so I choose to listen to the positive, and just I know what's in my heart. I know that God has blessed me with a lot, you know. So to humble myself and stay to that level to where I can continue to receive the word and hear from God, I'm a giver. So if I stay right with God, I'm not to the point where I don't think highly of myself, period. I just don't. And so for those people who say those things about me, that I think I'm all that, and I think I'm this, and I think I'm that, and this and that, I don't even pay attention to it because I know the truth. And the
Right.
people who's around me and the people who know me, they know who I am and they know what I'm about. So it doesn't phase me.
Absolutely.
People gonna
So
talk.
you're beautiful, you're successful, you know, and you're giving. But the people who don't know you, of course, that's the first thing that they're gonna do is they're gonna be detractors, they're gonna be haters because of the things that they think, you know, oh, she automatically stuck up because she's X, Y, and Z. And not knowing that this girl is the most down to earth, the most chill, the most, you know, friendliest, welcoming, transparent, all the things that everybody in the comments box is saying about you. I love Sharie's transparency. She keeps it real. Girl, Sharie is the best. I love it. I love y'all. I love you, girl. Everybody that knows you knows who you are. Then that's why, you know, I don't pay attention to nobody. Like my vision is like this.
It
And
has
if
to be. And you would get people who want to befriend you just to see your flaws. I had people that try to just be my friend, come around me just so they can see, oh, let me see if her marriage is really like it looks on Instagram or look on Facebook. Let me see if this is really like that. And as soon as they get a little bit of something, as soon as they get a little bit of glimpse, and you know, me and Marcel argue or me and Marcel fight, you see how fast they run with it. They run with it and they try to oh, Sharie's not who she thinks she is. Oh, I know about, you know, and that's why I'm so transparent with everything that I have in my relationship and my relationship with my kids and my sister, because I'm gonna tell you myself. You don't gotta come and sneak in to get any information about
I'm
Sharie.
out.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. But it's funny that people will come into your life just to find out what's wrong so they can go back and say, the picture ain't what it seemed to be, you know.
Because
So
you ain't, but you're not putting it out there. That's because misery loves company. They want somebody that's just as miserable as them. And when they find out that you have a flaw, because we all do, nobody is perfect. Nobody is saying that we live in perfection. Nobody's proclaiming that anyways.
I'm
We just
not.
trying to help other people live their best life. We just trying to live our best lives and help other people live their best lives. So if you don't like it, I mean, what do you do? Let's talk about where you are today, because you guys, I mean, you and Marchand got a clothing
Marcel.
line. Mar,
Uh-huh.
Mar, Marcel,
Marcel.
Marcel, Marcel.
Look how
Let me see
big you
Marcel.
Constance.
He's my brother. Okay, you and Marcel, y'all got a clothing line. You have what else are you guys doing?
I have a school. We have a clothing line. I brought back my her closet boutique because I used to have three prior to my little shingle incident. I ended up breaking out with shingle, so I had to make a decision too. It's not about all the stuff you could get. It's about the quality of life too. So I had to make a decision to let my clothing stores go. I have one in Old Sac, one in Old Folsom, and one in Old Oak Grove. But I'm actually trying to bring that back in. So I'm starting off in the salon, and if God says so, then I'm going to open up another boutique.
How many revenue streams do you have right now? Sorry.
Um, about four.
Four?
About four.
Nah, Nah. Marcel got the clothing line. You have the
So,
school. You have the salon because you get paid from the salon, but you also have your clients. You also you have your. Did I talk about the hair care line?
oh, the hair care line, yeah. But you got to remember, the school is, we just got accredited, so we're
It
just
don't matter.
now,
What's
yeah,
getting ready to happen with that school though? Oh
yeah.
my gosh, they don't even know.
Yeah, but it's not.
Financial aid,
It's
student
no
loan.
money coming. It's no money coming my way besides the hair. I mean, me doing the hair salon,
Yeah,
and mind you, you guys, my salon, both of my salons are shut down. So right now, I went from having, even though I have all these funnels, all this money that's in the pipeline, nothing has came out the pipeline yet, right? So the only thing I did have is me working behind the chair, and
yeah.
that came to a stop. So I don't actually have anything coming in right now, but the grace of God. God, when I say God would keep you, God would keep you. So my husband is taking care of what he needs to take care of. And actually, I'm enjoying this little break. I'm not stressed because I already know that everything's going to be all right. But yeah, I do have some
Kyle
things in the
said now she
pipeline.
got. Kyle said now she got more than four.
Well,
Mary,
I got to count. I don't know. I have to count. Maybe five.
maybe five.
Six.
I think you got
Yeah.
about six. Mary
Okay.
said, "This is wonderful. I feel so blessed." She said, "What's the name of your clothing line?"
It's called Her Closet. So it's
No,
Her Closet.
Marcel's. What's
Oh,
Marcel's?
Starstruck. Starstruck Apparel. You can find them on Instagram and Facebook.
And they have some really, really, really nice quality clothes too.
Yeah.
Um, okay, and then let's see. Floyd Sanders said, "Praise God." A lot of good comments. A lot of people have joined us today. So check this out here.
Floyd's my brother. He's one of the people that kind of, he's one of my coaches, my life coach. So he's
Oh,
actually
really?
amazing. Yeah, Floyd Sanders. Yes.
Okay. All right. So lastly, okay, wait, what should people be doing right now? What should people be doing? What are you doing right now that you're not making any money? What should people be doing in this season of incubation?
You know what? You need to go back and take everything that was on the back burner that you put on hold because life was getting in the way, because you was working like crazy, because your kids was in all type of sport activities and you were just ripping and running. Now everything is at a stop. The kids don't have school. The kids don't have, I mean, you have homeschool, but the kids don't have sports. You're not working long hours. Now is the time for you to pull those things that's on the back burner and start doing it. So for instance, myself, I'm actually working on my book, and I'm giving more time to
Hey,
that. I'm giving more time to that.
congratulations.
Thank you. And I'm putting a lot of energy into my product line. So for the people, it's no reason why people is not coming out of this Corona-19 better. You know, we need to come out with a different mindset. And also, especially for those who put all their buckets, everything into one bucket, like that's all I was focused on is hair. Now hair put to us, you know, everything is at a stop with that. You got to start thinking about other streams of income, because
That's
I'll
right.
be damned if something like this ever happened again and I'm not prepared.
That part right there. Y'all hear that? We have to be prepared. That's the reason I had during this pandemic, I wrote a book, an ebook. It's a quick read. It's called Seven Online Revenue Streams to Fund Your $1 Million Dreams. Because I believe that the Bible says, the Ecclesiastes 11:2 says we should have 7 revenue streams in case a disaster strikes the land. What's going on right now?
Wow.
A disaster has
Wow.
stricken the land, and a
What
lot of
scripture
us
is that?
are Ecclesiastes 11:2.
Oh, I need that. Okay.
And we
Yeah.
need to have 7 revenue streams in case a disaster strikes the land. So I just, in the ebook, I just gave them just different ideas. But also, I tell people, hey, what does God put inside of you? Because right now, you could be working on that thing God put inside of you. I saw a meme on Instagram today, and somebody was saying, it said, if laying on the couch is your best, is enough, then lay on the couch. And I said, if you don't get your ass up off that damn couch and start working, that is not enough.
It's
You need to
not.
be doing something to work on yourself to get better yourself. We need to always be doing something to self-improve. Don't lay on the couch is not enough. It's not good enough. It might be good enough today, okay. But tomorrow, get up.
Get
I don't want to
up.
see you laying on that couch.
We should be making use of this time. This is a
Yeah.
downtime. I think God has put this God did not put this here. I think God has allowed it to happen for a wake-up call for us to, one, draw closer to him, and two,
Right.
do the things that he has put inside of us to steer that back up so we can actually have the time to meditate, think about it, and now put into action. Because God has put so much in all of us, and we can't hear it because of day-to-day life. We can't even hear him tell us, I want you to do that. I want you to do this. I need you to write that book. I need you to do that podcast. I need you to go over here and minister to this person. We don't even have the time because not that we don't have the time, we can't even hear it because we have so much going on in the time that we do have in a 24-hour. So this is a time that we could be quiet. If you got to do a fast for 7 days or fast, do what you need to do to start hearing from God, because at the end of the day, what he has for you is so much bigger than what you think you got for yourself.
That's right. You ain't lying about that. All right, so we're gonna change it up a little bit. I have another guest coming on. We're gonna make it. We're gonna have a little fun right now, okay? So I got somebody getting ready to come on. Let me make sure that they're ready. You ready? You ready? We'll have a little fun.
Who's this?
I'm. Oh, there we go. Let's see. We're just gonna have a little fun. This is his name is Robert Antonin. What's up, Robert?
Kaboom! Guess who stepped in the room? What's going on, Sharie Wilson?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Did you enjoy it?
I did.
Today, huh?
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Miss Carter, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Well, listen, y'all been like really serious and preaching. I mean, I went on and tithed online because I forgot to tithe and give an offering. So thank you for reminding me of that. So praise God for all of us who know to tithe. And I love that you guys bring the word, and you are so determined, right? But we're going to steer off course for a little bit because my mind just couldn't handle everything y'all was talking about. Here's what I was thinking about, Sharie, while you were talking, right? I see you got the cool hat on. I love the mahogany wood floor. I mean, like, I'm feeling like a whole Erykah Badu vibe, right? So I need to ask you, are you a movie watcher at all?
A little bit. I mean, I used to work so much. A little bit.
I ain't never heard of a little bit. Okay. Well, let me ask you, this is what I was thinking about. I wonder if she likes Love Jones or Love and Hip Hop. Which one is your
Love Jones?
The blues in your left eye trying to be the funk in your right. Okay. Well, listen, if you are watching in the feed, tell us what your favorite movie is. I mean, the question that we asked Sharie was Love Jones or Love and Basketball. Love and Basketball.
Love and Hip Hop. You said what? You said Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop. I'm sorry. No, it's Love and Basketball.
Love Jones or Love and Hip Hop.
Okay. So
Love and Basketball. You remember the one with
Love and
Omar?
Basketball
player, I would say Love and Basketball.
Love and Basketball. Okay. You cannot go wrong with that.
Jones. Mary said Love Jones all day.
Yeah. Lorenz Tate, my man. Listen, all right, so Sharie, I got one more. Maybe I got two more, but here we go. Let's pretend, because I don't want no problem, no smoke with your husband, but let's pretend you were single. Bald head or dreads? Bald head or dreads?
Bald head.
You going with the clean? Going to clean. Okay, even though your hair care products, juice and berries, you're gonna go with the bald head.
I'm gonna go with the bald head.
Okay, what they saying out there, Constance?
So let me go back because now they're starting to answer the first question. So they're like, so Mary first said Love Jones, but then she was like, oh no, Love and Basketball. Love. So Felicia said Love Jones. Tashante said Love Jones. Nicole said Love Jones. Alicia said Love and Basketball. Mimico said Love and Basketball. Nene said, ooh, they're going so quick. Hold on. Nene said Love and Basketball. James Moore said Love and Basketball. Now we go into the other one. So Mary Ryder said she loves a bald head. Mimico said it don't matter. Mary said dark chocolate as well. Wait, we didn't even talk about this. we didn't ask if you dark chocolate or not. Okay. Glenda said bald head. Nene said I love them both with bald. Alicia said lock love. Candace said, what about a nice taper fade?
That wasn't a choice.
Khadijah said locks. Asha said ball head and loving basketball. Latanya said loving basketball. Latanya said dreads. Dakota said I can't grow no damn hair. Duran said I can't grow no damn hair.
Wow. Well, listen, brothers, keep hope alive. You sexy no matter where you are, short hair or long hair. Keep doing you, brother. Keep the confidence and keep God first. So here's my last one I got. Yeah, I'm looking at your house. I'm loving that chandelier. That is a conversation starter for sure. Hashtag conversation starter. I need to ask you, right? First date, right? First date, if you're talking to your daughter, would you rather be on a candlelight dinner or a beachfront brunch? Candlelight dinner or a beachfront brunch?
I would say first date, beachside brunch.
Why?
Beachfront brunch?
Why?
Yeah. Because I think the candlelight dinner on a first date, I think that's just like after the dinner to the bed. I don't know if I like that. But the brunch is like, okay, we're about to have, I'll be able to see you. It's light. We're going to have a good conversation. I really want to get to know you. The candlelight dinner, maybe I want to get to know what you got underneath. I don't know.
Well, for those of you who
let's
are
see what
really,
everybody else is saying.
because if you're really thinking that the beachfront brunch, he may ask you to bring a overnight or bring an extra bag so we can go sit on the beach, bikini. So you gotta like think that thing all the way through. But brunch, I love brunch too. So that's what's up. I love it.
I would say beachfront. The candlelight dinner is kind of normal. Like everybody goes, to dinner and like the beachfront. That's kind of different. I would totally do
brunch.
That. Yeah, beachfront. So let me see. So James was answering the previous question. He said neither. I'm a boy. He didn't want dreads or balls. Tanya said beachfront brunch. Dana said beachfront. Mimico said beachfront. Shante said beachfront. Mary Ryder said yes, but that wasn't the answer to the question. Alicia said beachfront brunch. Felicia said beachfront brunch. Nene said beach. That's my dream date. Asha said beachfront brunch. Candace said a candlelight dinner because she want to see what lies beneath. I think because what Sharie said. Let's see. Wait. I'm missing. Oh, Glenda beachfront brunch. Therese candlelight dinner. Brandy beachfront brunch. Taisha beachfront brunch. James Moore brunch after the virus. I'm scared. Tanisha said beachfront brunch. Felicia, right? Dinner. Echelon said dinner. So Tanisha Scott said nope, we ain't doing that. We can eat with clothes on.
Okay. All right, so sorry.
Wait, there's some more. Hold on, let me read this.
Got some more?
Candace said you can escape the dinner brunch. You gotta drive to the beach. Yeah, that's true. Okay, let's talk about that because if it's a first date and you ain't really feeling dude, now you stuck at the beach, right? Nicole said candlelight. Everybody looks good in the lighting. In that lighting. Mary said, I said beach, baby. I was the first comment. My bad. Echelon said dinner, just in case I need to end the date early. That part right there. Yeah, I get that. In case you need to end the date early, you don't feel like being bothered. You could just do one of these church finger numbers on out the restaurant. Yeah, this right here.
So ladies always have an exit plan. So listen, I love music, Constance. So I got to put it before the people and also for Sharie Wilson as well. I want to see what Sharie. It must be the echo because I said Sharie. Sharie, I need to know for all the people in the cheap seats in the back. Is it Mary J. Blige or Faith Evans?
Mary J. Blige.
My life. 1994, my life, or 2000 Mary J. Because she kind of made a transition.
I like all of them. I like what's the 411 to her newest hit. I like him. I love
you look like a Mary J. Blige, but I don't even think that's fair because even though Faith vocals will kill Mary all day. So you gotta qualify the question, right? So on vocals, Faith Evans, but body of work, Mary J. Blige, I would say.
No, you know what? That's skewed because she can sing for real,
Yeah.
right? Now I get into heated arguments, Sharie, when I tell people that Mary J. Blige can sing, and they just turn their face up. And I've heard this chick like go for like 60 minutes. This was back in the 90s, though, just straight fire and just bodied the whole stage, right? Like I've really seen her sing. But Constance, I don't think you think she can really sing.
No, I mean she can sing, but I mean Faith can sing. Mary can sing, Faith can sing. Mary has a better body of work, though, right?
Yes.
Her work, like her hits. I mean, you know, Faith got what, 2, 3, 4 hits. Mary got like 15, 20. I mean, so it depends on. Let's go to the comments.
What did they say?
They said, "Are you looking, Sharie?" So, Mary said, "Mary J, baby." Tanisha said, "Faith all day." Felicia said, "Mary J." Latanya said, "Mary J." Echelon said, "Mary J." Dana said, "Mary J." Asha said, "Mary J." Nene said, "Mary J all day." Therese said, "Faith." Mary said, "Mary J, 1994 to 98, though." She had to qualify that. Alicia said, "Mary J. Blige all day." Mimico said, "Mary J, baby, all of them." Candace said, "Mary J." Khadijah said, "Mary J." Robin said, "Mary J. Blige."
Baby Guy said Mary J.
Deshante said, "I love Faith, but Mary was the trailblazer." I think I missed some. Lady Diana said, "Mary J." Nicole Pearson said, "For real singing, Faith." James Moore said, "Mary J, because my wife will kill me if I say different." And they said, "With that one day, her signature dance." Oh, yeah.
It looked like everybody got Mary J.
Alicia, "I love Mary, but she be hollering sometimes. But she my girl. Faith is good also." Tisha said Mary J. Glenn said Mary J. And the Carter said, "If acapella, Faith."
Okay, Sharie, this is my last question. Okay, I got to qualify whether you and I can share the stage for the We Summit that will happen in 2020 or 2021.
2020.
2020. We're going to speak it into existence. In the name of Jesus, we just ask you would just assign angels. Yeah, to each and every speaker and each and every venue that we choose. And it is so. In the name of Jesus, amen. But with that being said, Jay-Z or Nas?
Oh, that's hard.
Oh, you can't do that one?
I ain't going to judge you. Just pick the right one. And while Sharie is thinking right now, tell us what you think out there in the feed. Jay-Z or Nas?
I want to say Jay-Z. But Nas, his lyrics is just like, man.
I know what you want to say, but I want to hear it. I won't tell Jay-Z or Nas.
I give it to Nas.
Nas.
I love Jay-Z though.
Latanya said Nas is on.
Huh? I give it to Jay-Z.
You giving it to Jay? No, you can't change it. Which one? What you doing?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z? Why?
Man, they both their lyrics is dope. When I think about a rapper, I'm thinking about what they're saying and the message they're coming across. And when Jay-Z was out there, even before when he was talking about him grinding on the street and the mindset he had to have to get out of that situation, I love. But then Nas is always putting you on game too. He also taught that mental, they're both the same. That's hard. You should have never put both of them in there.
I love it.
Ask the question. I want to make it hard.
I love it.
What you say, Miss Carter?
What I say, Jay-Z, because he's not a businessman. He's a businessman. All right, so here's what they said. I gotta go up because a lot of comments. Tony said Nas is fine. Tashante said Jay-Z. Tisa said Nas. Mimical said Nas. Mary said Nas in the mid-90s. Alicia said Nasir Jones, hands down. Therese said Nas. James said Jay-Z. Echelon said Nas. Taisha said Nas, no doubt. Asha said Jay-Z, business savvy. Dana said that is hard, Nas. Darius Montgomery said Nas. Felicia said Nas. Betty said Jay-Z got bars, but Nas is woke and be educating us on our history.
Yes.
That part. Glenna said Jay-Z. Nene said Jay-Z dance, Nas for knowledge. Alicia said Latanya Green, you right. That's my man though, boo. Echelon said Nas new CD with Damian Marley. Candace said Jay-Z for sure. Okay, let me give her this the one I gave to Boyce yesterday. Tupac or Biggie?
Brenda got a baby. He barely got a brain. A damn shame. The girl can probably spell her name. That's not our problem. That's up to Brenda family. But let me show you how it affects her whole community. Now Brenda barely knew her father and her. No, just playing. Tupac. I love Tupac. I love him.
Man, I was not expecting that, Sharie.
He's from LA. West Side. Come on, let's go up. Let's go together. Come on. I don't know nothing about that.
Wow. That's hot.
I love Tupac.
All right, Rob.
You know what? Me?
Uh-huh.
I'm East Coast. I'm beat Notorious. All day.
I love Biggie too. Listen, I think probably when I went to your house for karaoke, Sharie, I think I probably did rap some Biggie. That's probably the only thing I do on karaoke.
I was going to say you came to my house.
No, Sharie.
I love Tupac. I like Biggie too, but Tupac.
I say Tupac, you know, for the brain. But you know, like I said, you know, Biggie be having the similes and metaphors, the way he puts his words together, you know, the onomatopoeias, like how he's smooth. He's smooth. Black and ugly as ever, however. Let's see. Latanya said Pac. Alicia said Tupac. These are all West Coast people. Asha said Tupac. Anna said Pac. Echelon said Pac. Mimico said Pac. Therese said Pac. Felicia said Pac. Ariana said Pac. Alicia said damn. And Sharie raps, I like her. Oh, you're done. She's in love with you now. She rapped. You're the whole package now, Sharie. Brandy said Pac. West Side Thug Life. Ty said Pac, baby. Dame said Tupac, easy. Pac all day. Mary said, Nene said Tupac hands down. Felicia, West Side. Mimico, West Side. Asha, Tupac was actually a very nice guy. Tanisha said Tupac. We don't have no biggies in the feed.
That's because everybody that's listening to you is on
that
the West Coast.
That is so not true. We worldwide around here. We worldwide. I'm sorry.
Well, let me. Okay, this is my last. I promise, this is my last one. Okay, this is softball right here. This is a softball question right here.
All right.
Softball question. You ready?
Yep.
Actually, it's not a softball question. You ready?
Oh Lord, okay. I'm not sure.
Lorenz Tate or Idris Elba? Oh no, nobody want that one, huh?
Oh, I'll take it, but I'm going to try to go.
I know Idris.
Sorry, what? Huh?
Idris.
Okay. Miss Carter?
Yeah, Idris too.
Oh, Team Idris?
Idris Elba. Yeah, Idris, that's easy.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't hard at all.
Okay.
Nah, that was hard for you?
Up there too now. But
yeah, he ain't no Idris.
Yeah, you're right.
Alicia said, so Tisa said Idris. Alicia said blah on both. That wasn't really a good one, Robert. Therese said Idris. Mary said both. Echelon said LT. Oh, Lorenz. Mimical said what? Lorenz, hard. Echelon said neither. Nicole Pearson said the new and improved Lorenz. Yeah, when he had that little widow's peak down there, I didn't like that. Felicia said Idris. Candace said Idris.
Okay, yeah. well, good gracious. I mean, I should have asked you, boys, the men a new edition. That's what I should have asked.
No. Erykah Badu or Jill Scott?
Ooh. Sharie, think before you answer this question. I will.
She's asking me or you?
You.
Oh, Jill Scott.
Why?
Again, her lyrics. I'm a fan of Jill Scott.
You're here. I'm pleased. I really dig your company, your smile, your style. your peace mentality.
Hey,
Lord, have mercy on me.
Uh-oh, he
I
serenading
was
us, girl.
blind, but now I see. I forgot the rest, but I
I was
can
I was
die.
ready for it. I was ready for it.
let's talk.
Yes,
We'll walk around the park.
yes. All right, so I say Jill Scott too. I'm with you. I love Erica. Jill's body of work, I think, is a little bit better than Erica. What about you, Rob?
Oh, I'm Jill Scott all day. Jilly from Philly.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right, that's the last one. Let me just see what the people said. So Alicia said Erica. Anna said Erica. Brandy, y'all must not have watched Power. I'm going with Councilman Tate. Okay. Alicia said Jill Scott. Nene said I love them both. Khadijah said that's hard. I say both. Therese said Jill. Tanisha, Lorenz Tate, Jill Scott, Boys to Men. Candace said I love them both, but it's Jill. Mimical said love both. You got to choose one, Mimical. Echelon said Jill. James said Jill Scott. Erica Badu makes guys go crazy.
She's right about that. I think Tommy
Peter
found
said
himself
Jill.
again, though.
Mary said Jill. So anyway, I had a lot of fun. Listen, sorry, you are amazing. Kyle said, "Go on with your damn red bottoms." Kyle is loving your red bottoms. But you are amazing, girl. Your transparency and your resiliency is everything. It's just I can't say enough about you because number one, you're my personal friend. And you're somebody that I can call, and anytime I need anything, I know that you'll be there for me. That's just how real you are, and you're so accomplished, and you're so humble, and you're so successful. And God is going to continue blessing you. So thank you for sharing your journey because people need to see, the journey. I think the journey is so important. They see your glory, but they don't know your story.
Oh,
Yeah,
And
and at the end of the day, I'm still a little girl from South Central LA,
come on,
and it's other little girls that was in my same situation. And if I can do it, you can do it too. Anybody can do it. We just got to change the way we think and how we look at every situation, everything. So we got to change our mindset.
yeah. You have anything, Rob? You want to say? I know you were listening, right?
I just want to say I appreciate you rocking with us this long, Shari. I mean, I am so impressed with your story, your poise, in spite of all that you went through, and the fact that you're from South Central. I got a whole set of new questions, but anyway, we don't have enough time for that because I'm thinking like boys in the hood, they don't know or they don't show. But anyway, no. It's been an honor to share the screen with you. I mean, you look amazing. I love the hardwood floor. So, I mean, everything that you talked about today is what we needed to hear, especially with the pandemic that's going on. We need a ray of light in all this darkness that we hear on TV, that we see when we go to the mall. I mean, we can't even do the soul brother handshake no more. You know how good I am with the I can't even do it no more. All that. I can't do it anymore. So we needed to have this breath of fresh air to see your light shine on screen. And as you saw and heard, the engagement was on fire. So absolutely, you are one of the real ones that we have, not only on the West Coast, but here in this industry. And we're so glad that you were able to touch us with your love and light today.
Thank you. And keep doing what you guys are doing. I'm listening. Everybody is listening. You guys are motivating all of us. So we love this. We love this.
Keep
it coming.
Alicia said, this was a great use of my time for today. You are all awesome and greatly appreciated. Keep sharing the knowledge. Girl, thank you for being you. I love you. I appreciate you. Hey, y'all, you guys go follow Sharie. What's your Instagram? I am Sharie Wilson.
I am Sharie Wilson.
All right. Rob, what's your Instagram handle?
Robert Antonin. All
right.
Just look for this face made for radio and I'll spell it out.
I'm going to go follow you now.
Right on.
Follow you back.
And mine is I am Constance Carter, for those that don't know. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. Take care and God bless.
Bye.